Chapter 1. The first whisper. It started on a rainy Tuesday. Amara had just moved into the old Fernhill estate, a decaying mansion inherited from her late aunt, a woman she barely remembered. The house sat on the edge of a cliff, surrounded by a dense forest that whistled ominously with every gust of wind. Then she heard it faint, almost carried by the wind. It was the kind of place that demanded secrets. That night, as lightning fractured the sky, Amara stood by her bedroom window, sipping tea, trying to ignore the groaning of the old house. The cup slipped from her hand and shattered on the floor. Hello. She called into the darkness. Silence. She shook it off as stress, jet lag, or the house settling. But she didn't sleep that night. It was the only room that wouldn't open. She tried every key in the drawer. Nothing worked. Dust danced in the golden sunlight that streamed through the high windows. The house had character, beauty even. But there was something else too. A feeling like someone was watching. Chapter 2. The locked room. The next day, she explored the mansion. In the west wing, behind a faded portrait of a woman with icy eyes, she found a locked door. Inside an old trunk, she found a leather-bound diary. The initials MD were pressed into the cover. Later, as she sat reading in the study, she heard the voice again. Amara. This spoke of something that haunted her. Of voices, cold whispers, and shadows moving through the halls. This time, it was clearer and closer. She ran toward the sound, but it vanished behind that same locked door. Chapter 3. The diary at the general store. The old shopkeeper stared at her wide. But that voice, it doesn't stop. Determined to find answers, Amara began searching the house's vastity. The entries were written by her aunt Meredith de la Croix. Calls my name at night. It wants me to open the door, but I won't let it out. She dusted off the old tape recorder and pressed play. The final entry was dated the night Meredith died. Chapter 4. A stranger's warning. That evening, Amara went into town to gather supplies and maybe some answers. You're living in Fernhill? Yes, Amara replied. Why? He leaned in. That house isn't right. Your aunt, she wasn't crazy. The people in this town tried to help her. Amara pressed for more, but he shut down, muttering only one word. Don't open the door. Chapter 5. The tapes. Back at the mansion, Amara scoured the study for more clues and found a set of cassette tapes, each one labeled with a date. Her aunt's voice crackled through. It spoke again. Louder this time. It knows my name. It's always known. Another tape. I dreamed of a woman, her eyes black as coal, standing in the doorway. She smiled when I called out for help. Another. If I die here, don't open the door. Amara looked at the west wing and shivered. Chapter 6. The dream. A small bed, covered in sheets yellowed with age. That night, Amara dreamt of the woman. She stood at the locked door wearing a long white dress, her hair flowing unnaturally like it was underwater. Her eyes' deep voids met Amara's. Then she smiled and whispered, "Come find me." Amara woke up screaming. Chapter 7. The key. In desperation, she returned to the attic. Beneath a loose floorboard, she found a rusted iron key. Her breath caught in her throat. It fit the lock. With trembling hands, she turned the key. The lock clicked. The door creaked open. Inside was a child's bedroom. Dusty toys, a cracked mirror. On the wall, carved into the plaster, were dozens of names. Each one was the same. Amara. Chapter 8. The truth. Beneath there was something under the bed. A wooden box. Inside it, photographs of women, all resembling her. Generations of them. And in each photo, behind the woman, a figure loomed. A woman in white. Her aunt's words echoed in her mind. Don't let it out. On the back of the final photo, in her aunt's handwriting. The bloodline cannot escape her. She waits for the next. Amara. Chapter 9. The mirror. Suddenly, the door slammed shut. Amara spun around. In the mirror, her reflection stared back, but it moved out of sync. Then it spoke. Come with me. She turned to run, but her feet wouldn't move. The voice filled the room. You are chosen, Amara. You are the door. Chapter 10. Breaking the cycle. Amara dropped to her knees, clutching the box. She had to finish what Meredith started. With everything she had, Amara threw the box into the fireplace. The flames roared. The room shook. Screams echoed from the walls. The wind howled through the corridor. Then silence. The mirror shattered. Epilogue. Amara never left Fernhill, but no one ever heard the voice again. The door is sealed. The whisper's gone. Yet sometimes, late at night, if the wind is just right, neighbors say they hear a sound from the cliffs. A voice calling a name. Amara